So, as you can see here, the picture of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse together, uh, a very happy picture and enjoyable one. This man here, beside to Mickey Mouse, changed the world as we see today. He gave us a new view to life, new eyes to the world of cartoons and the life that we see in the animations that he has given us, and till today his company made for us and makes for us. So let's begin with the biography of one of the greatest legends of our time, Walt Disney. So the biography will be conducted in many parts, like his early life, his struggles, about Mickey Mouse, and so on. So let's see what happened in his early life. Walt Disney was born on 5th December 1901 in the Hermosa section of Chicago, Illinois. He spent most of his childhood in Marceline, Missouri, where he began to draw and paint. He also started to sell his art to neighbors, family, and friends. He was the fourth son of Elias Disney, his father, and in 1911 his family moved to Kansas City, where Disney found his obsession for trains. Later, Disney began to work a summer job with railroads, selling snacks and newspapers to the travelers. So this was his basic early life, where he used to learn in his childhood the uh, art of drawing and painting, and he used to show them to his family members, friends, neighbors. And later he had to move to Kansas City, um, where he had to work as a newspaper seller and selling other snacks item to help his family financially at a very uh, childhood age, I should say, not young also. So we will see what he does in coming days. Talking about his education, Disney attended McKinley High School in Chicago, where he took drawing and photography classes and was a contributing artist for the school paper. At night, he took courses at the Art Institute of Chicago. So here we can see he took the drawing and photography classes and also took night courses at Art Institute of Chicago. Remember, at that time it was the offline world, not like online what we have today. So he had to struggle a lot to go there and learn the courses. So here we can see when Disney was 16, he dropped out of school to join the army but was rejected for being underage. Instead, he joined the Red Cross and was sent to France for a year to drive an ambulance. He moved back to the US in 1919. Then he also took night courses at the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. It is one of the remarkable thing that Walt Disney had done in his age of 16, when the children are full of fear and mostly unable to manage their works only. And here Walt Disney took all the responsibility of his family with his other brothers and opted for uh, opted to join the army but was rejected because he was not um, because he was underage. Okay, then he moved to join the Red Cross, and there he worked as an ambulance driver. Then we can see his struggle. In 1919, Disney moved to Kansas City to pursue a career as a newspaper artist. His brother Roy got him a job at the Pesman Rubin Art Studio, where he met cartoonist Ub Ebert Avux, better known as Ub Avux. From there, Disney worked at the Kansas City Film Ad Company, where he made commercials based on cutout animation. He decided to open his own animation business. From the ad company, he recruited Fred Harmon as his first employee. So most important thing of making a business is to start the business. So here we can see, after learning all this, Walt Disney decided to open his own animation business and making a company. Then Disney and Herman made a deal with a local Kansas City theater to screen their cartoons, which they called Laugh-O-Grams. The cartoons were hugely popular, and Disney was able to acquire his own studio, upon which he bestowed the same name. Laugh-O-Gram hired a number of employees in. They did a series of 7-minute fairy tales that combined both live action and animation, which they called Alice in Cartoonland. By 1923, however, the studio had become burdened with debt, and Disney was forced to declare bankruptcy. So, this was the first major failure in Walt Disney's life. Then Walt Disney and his brother Roy moved to Hollywood. Uh, moved to Hollywood with cartoonist Up Avux in 1923, and there the three began the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio. The company soon changed its name to Walt Disney Studios at Roy's suggestion. The Walt Disney Studios' first deal was with New York distributor Margaret Winkler to distribute their Alice cartoons. They also invented a character called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and contracted the shorts at $1,500 each. Now coming to the Mickey Mouse, his first popular cartoon character. Disney's first successful film starring Mickey Mouse was a sound and music equipped animated short called Steamboat Willie. It opened at the Colony Theatre in New York November 18, 1928. Sound had just made its way into film, and Disney was the voice of Mickey, a character he had developed and that was drawn by his chief animator, Up Avux. The cartoon was an insane sensation. The team had discovered that Disney's New York distributor Margaret Winkler and her husband Charles Mintz had stolen the rights to the character Oswald and all of Disney's animators except for Avux. In 1929, Disney created Silly Symphonies featuring Mickey's newly created friends Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Movies produced by Walt Disney were many. Some of these are uh, his first full-length animated film was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which premiered in Los Angeles on December 21, 1937. Few others of Disney's most famous movies include Pinocchio 1940, Fantasia 1940, Dumbo 1941, Bambi 1942, Cinderella 1950, Treasure Island 1950, Alice in Wonderland 1951, Peter Pan 1953, Lady and the Tramp 1955, Sleeping Beauty 1959, 101 Dalmatians 1961. All of these were famous movies of Walt Disney. Now, Disneyland. Disney's $17 million Disneyland theme park opened on July 17, 1955 in Anaheim, California, on what was once an orange grove. In a very short time, the park had increased its investment tenfold and was entering tourists from around the world. The original site had attendance ups and downs over the years. Disneyland has expanded its rides over time and branched out globally with Walt Disney World near Orlando, Florida, and parks in Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. Sister property California Adventure opened in Los Angeles in 2001. In 1925, Disney had an ink and paint artist named Linian Bounce. After a brief courtship, the couple married. Disney and Linian Bounce had two children, Diane Disney Miller, born in 1933, was the couple's only biological daughter. 1933 uh, was the couple's only biological daughter. Okay, they adopted Sharon Disney Lund shortly after her birth in 1936. Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1966 and died on December 15, 1966 at the age of 65. Disney was cremated and his ashes interred at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Los Angeles, California. Here we can see some of the cartoons that Walt Disney, famous cartoonist ever, has made with his team. So here is Mickey Mouse, Mowgli, and who is this? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and Pinocchio, Simba, Lion King, Dalmatians, Peter Pan, Dumbo, Aladdin, and many other. So here we come to the end of the biography of Walt Disney. Hope you have learned and inspired from the biography of Walt Disney. Don't give up and walk on your dreams. Thank you.